And you see those high-rise buildings
getting tagged up in downtown,
like all the way up to like the 50th floor.
It actually kind of looks cool.
It looked pretty sick. I mean,
graffiti, like they're like
so it's like
abandoned, basically
abandoned luxury apartment building that was in 2019 or 2020. It's supposed to be like the newest, nicest thing, but nobody ever moved in because I don't think they finished it. And now, like for the last 3 days, all over the internet's been these crazy. It's like this crazy graffiti building.
wow,
from literally to the top floor. I don't even know how they did that.
Last night they had a helicopter spotlight on it, and to try to stop this, and you just see guys like freaking scattering everywhere. They're like, LA is now Gotham City.
Yeah, it really is Gotham City.
Downtown's rough.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I think what's interesting is there's in New York and LA, there's been absolutely rocket ship on home prices. I just can't. I thought people would leave LA. I remember
no one's leaving LA.
The problem is people have left. More people have come. There's like unlimited demand here for housing.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
All right, Kathy's. Since it is Super Bowl week, we wanted to kick it off with the number one accessory for a Super Bowl watch party, which is tequila. But I did see Donald Trump yesterday said Bud Light is not woke.
Bud Light's back.
Bud Light is Anheuser-Busch family's hosting an event for him.
Really?
So
There's two things about Bud Light.
Yeah.
One, they sponsor the UFC.
Yep.
Two, Shane Gillis is their spokesperson who was canceled 3 years ago.
They're double downing on everyone that's canceled. Donald Trump, Shane Gillis, and they're saying this is Alex Jones is next. They're going completely the other way.
Maybe Tucker and Putin.
I think Kid Rock's back on it too.
Yeah, I mean, I think they realize just align yourself with these people.
But that's how easy it is.
Yes. I mean, think about it. Imagine if you could get Donald Trump to endorse your brand. What's that worth? $20 million a year?
Easy.
They're probably raising $5 million for him on a presidential campaign, and they got his endorsement. He posted, "Not a woke brand. It is a great American brand. They support farmers. They support this. They support that."
Bud Right.
Bud Right.
What a great turnaround.
Yeah,
3 months.
good for them. But there was also an announcement yesterday that spirit sales are continuing to outnumber beer and wine. So it's clearly America is big on tequila right now. So we have Ryan Tierney, founder of Lo Siento. And obviously, as you all know, if you listen to the pod, I am a big Lo Siento guy.
Huge.
Just barrel through bottles a week.
Look at those bottles back there.
I mean, literally just like nothing. There's not even an ounce of Reposado in this office right now. We were drinking Blanco straight last Sunday. Ryan's on because one of the interesting things we've learned about tequila is people don't really know anything about tequila. It's a relatively new spirit. Like people don't know that tequila has to be made in a certain region.
Yeah.
In Jalisco. Like people don't know that. Yeah. And like it's like
I don't think it's a new spirit. I think no one actually took time.
No one was educated until now. Now that there's 4,000 options.
Now that you have every celebrity on the planet with a tequila brand, people are starting to understand what is tequila.
What is it? Exactly.
Well,
I actually don't know.
And you have like the big celebrities that are pushing it. And then there's all these like big personalities on Instagram that are like the educational personalities.
Yeah.
Half of what they do is they just shit on the celebrity brands and then they educate on like, other options that you can explore.
Well, that's the thing that I don't like about like the tequila snobs.
They kind of just shit on everyone.
Like, for example, if you go to like, one of these like foodie restaurants in LA or New York, if they don't have Lo Siento, I'll just drink Casamigos Reposado. Like whatever. It's just.
Or Mezcal.
Yeah. Something like that. Whatever. Something. And like, ew. I was like, what do you mean? Ew. Like just fucking.
Wait, who says ew?
These foodie restaurants.
The waiter says ew to you?
Yes.
They do that.
They do that. They are legit snobs. And I know, and we're going to get into it, that Casamigos is additives and it has its things.
Well, we don't know. We don't know for certain, but
you could smell it.
They probably do, but I think it's also like, obviously Casamigos is built like they're like the king brand,
Yeah.
but it's also like kind of annoying too, because it's become like almost trendy in the bartender scene to shit on them.
They'll be like, no, but we have this lovely small batch. No, I'm like, that small batch trash is not what I want to drink.
Maybe you should try it out.
So
Ours is small batch.
No, but this is like, they go out of the way to like, because it's like some story behind it, they just put down like the mainstream tequila brands.
So can you please educate us on what's the difference between all these different iterations of tequila? So you have añejo, you have reposado, and what else? Blanco.
So the difference between the two, we made like a fun video about this the other day, but so it's really the time that the tequila spends in the barrel, and that's what it gets its color from. So Blanco, you don't really rest it in the barrel. It technically could sit in there for, up to a couple months maybe, but, Repo is like 2 months to a year. That's how you qualify as a reposado. And añejo is 1 to 3 years. So, and then after that, you're an ultra.
So if you're rich, you're añejo all day.
Well, it's just really a matter of preference, and that the tequila soaks up its flavor from that barrel, right? So whether you age it in a bourbon barrel, or some people get creative and they put it in like red wine barrels, or some people will take apart 5 different barrels and they sit it in there. It soaks up this whole assortment of flavor. Yeah. But the color comes from the barrel, and it's time spent sitting and absorbing the barrel.
So is the world's most famous añejo Don Julio 1942?
I mean, probably one of them.
Right? I mean, is there anything that if that's a mainstream brand?
I mean, the Jose Cuervo Reserve, you like that one too, right? That's an añejo, I think. So that one's been around for a while.
I know a little bit about wine, not pretending like I'm a wine expert, but typically
it's grapes.
It's how aged they are. No, how aged. That's why I asked you if añejo is like the rich guy tequila. Because wine is, the longer it's aged, the more expensive it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't the wine, the longer it's aged, like the longer it's been since you opened the bottle of wine? Like this bottle was made in 1950, but is there a difference between the time they age the wine and the actual barrel?
I'm not a sommelier.
Because
I wouldn't know.
Because isn't like that where the value comes from? Like this bottle is like an old 19.
I don't drink wines. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not an expert.
I'm a tequila guy.
I've done numerous Napa trips. They always talk about the age.
That's because it's a good story.
Yeah,
it could be all bullshit.
Maybe.
I mean,
but I buy it.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, the interesting thing about the Blanco, Repo, Añejo, like if you're in Mexico, most people don't drink Repo or Añejo. Like, locals in Mexico and the people that make tequila, how you can tell the difference between good tequilas, they like to drink Blanco neat, no ice, nothing. They just sip Blanco.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's how, because that's how you can tell, if it's, high quality practices and, the quality of the agave that they're making, right? And us Americans, and people around the world, they like their whiskeys and all that stuff. So that's why people gravitate towards the Repos. It's a little bit sweeter. The Añejo is sometimes even more sweeter because you have that flavor profile that's more similar, and because you're resting it literally in a bourbon or a whiskey barrel
to get that.
And that's whiskey has already been rested in those barrels, and they ship them to Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, like even just I hear it literally every night when I'm out. Espresso martini with Lo Siento reposado.
Yeah.
Like that, I hear that so much when we're out. Yeah. People are ordering that drink, and that should be a vodka drink historically.
Yeah, people kind of like everything better with tequila. You can old fashions. We do Repo and Añejo old fashions and stuff.
Oh wow.
Those are really tasty. And especially with like, kind of the health world gravitating towards tequila as well. It's the healthiest, form of consuming alcohol and it's the plant.
I buy that. That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
You gotta fight Gary Brecka and Peter Attia.
What did they
All
say?
they do on TikTok is talk about how bad alcohol is for you.
Well, I mean, alcohol is definitely not good for you. But if you have to
drink,
pick your literally pick your poison.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the things that I remember when Lo Siento was starting and we were trying tequilas, the feedback from a lot of people that are, specifically distilleries is that it's upsetting to them that there's so much additives in like some of the more popular products, and that they're adding things like sugars and cinnamons to get to the flavor profile. And that kind of does have an impact, like probably on hangovers and probably not just on taste, but how you feel when you drink those tequilas. Is that true?
Yeah. So right now you can, technically have up to 1% of the juice in your bottle can have additives. And so all these brands can go out there and say, hey, we're additive free tequila. But meanwhile, they have all this like kind of, gross stuff in there. And so now, because there's been so much backlash, and a lot of this has been fueled by these, tequila connoisseurs on Instagram, they're saying, they say they're additive free, but look, you can smell the fucking caramel syrup bullshit in here. Yeah. And they just shit on a lot of these brands and a lot of these big brands that do it to kind of keep up with scale.
Yeah.
Well, the CRT's just actually come out and made an announcement.
What is the CRT?
They're basically the governing body, the regulatory body in Mexico that, kind of monitors all the...
I would love to be on that board.
Yeah.
That's the type of board I could get.
You need to go to Mexico, though, he said.
Well, when the meetings come, I'll go down to Mexico.
Yeah, when they hit them up. Yeah. And they've basically said, okay, now we're going to come out and you're going to have to prove that you're actually additive free, and, kind of through like a certification process, which is cool because for brands like us, we've, said that we're additive free all along. And our distillery owner, he's been very clear, like you are not allowed to put any additives in this tequila. And so we have 0% additives. And yeah, that's great. And it's good for us. So when we have to go and, get this process done, whatever it looks like, we'll be approved and we can actually market ourselves as an additive free tequila. And a lot of these brands that are out there that...
There's no way Clase Azul is additive free. That thing is
That's
filled.
sugar.
That's just sugar. There's a guy sitting in the factory.
A Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it's literally like he just sits there and just pours sugar.
Yeah, they're like notorious, right? But people don't give a shit because it's a status thing, and they have the cool bottles, and they can sell you a bottle that they only made 300 of in the world for $65,000, and people, go and jerk off to that.
It's the clay.
Do they actually jerk
clay,
off to that?
Bottle?
They make gorgeous bottles. They're handmade and drawn.
So
and
is it confirmed they jerk off to them?
I cannot confirm that.
Okay. Because you did. That's a big, bold claim. Yeah. 300 people buy these things and they jerk off.
They jerk off in the bottle. Oh, man. No, but, and so some of the additives that were, typically that were approved were like things like caramel coloring or oak extract or like, these sugar-based syrups. Even a lot of brands, and actually you told me this one time about our tequila, but you said, hey, one of the bartenders at Bird Streets noticed that there's a difference between this Repo bottle and this Repo bottle. Like he can notice a difference in the shade, right?
Yep.
And so a lot of brands are scared of that. And so they'll put a caramel coloring or something across all their booze so that every shade is the exact same. But the reality is, that just happens because it's natural, right? You might get a barrel that has only been turned twice, right? And so when it absorbs, the colors and the flavors of that barrel, maybe it's not as dark the third time around, right? Yeah. And so and that those are like the difference in two bottling productions or something. And that just means that you're making your tequila the right way and you're not putting dye in there so the booze is the same color.
Amazing.
But interesting.
But you have...
But why wouldn't the bartender not know that? What's up, Bird Streets?
I don't know why he doesn't.
Well,
because I think what's interesting?
Who does know that?
You're a bartender. That's your job.
No, I don't.
Their job is to look down on...
No, I don't.
Trendy tequilas.
Like 90%, most people would never know that, right? And...
So how long has the Lo Siento Añejo been aged for?
So our Repo's just under 12 months and our Añejo's around 16 months.
Got it. And what's the price point of the Añejo going to be?
It's about $59.99.
And you're launching that now?
It's live. It is on our website. It's at select accounts in California. We're actually just getting it out to Nashville as well. But yeah, it was fun when we started talking about it, a few months ago. We started telling all of our, awesome accounts in San Diego or in SoCal or NorCal, hey, we're coming out with this añejo. You've been awesome buying Blanco and Repo for a while. Do you want to buy some? And we pre-sold a lot of it to our
wow, that's great.
awesome hospitality customers.
Obviously, I'm biased. I only go to the H-Wood properties, and we barrel through bottles of Lo Siento in all their restaurants.
It is great when you go there, especially everyone in your network. And then some of my friends, it's like they sit down and the waiter just knows if anyone at our table is like Lo Siento Repo.
Yeah, just automatic.
It just kind of comes out.
Añejo, right?
That'll be. I'm still like, añejo for me is like a weekend drink.
We have a bottle right there. So
a reposado is a reposado is a daily driver.
Okay, so reposado is like your red wine.
Yes, reposado is my red wine. It's like, I know I feel good about having every day. And then añejo is definitely a weekend thing for me.
Okay.
Because añejo, I wouldn't drink 6.
You'll drink 6. You're going to drink 6 repos tonight.
Yes. We're at Harriet's.
Yeah.
Company, little company dinner.
A lot of repos this week.
I mean, the whole company has to order a Lo Siento. There's no
you're fired, right?
Yeah, you're out of here.
Yeah.
So obviously Cathy's have been very supportive of Lo Siento since the beginning. And we don't do anything without a deal. So what's the deal you got for Cathy's?
So, okay, I'll just parlay that into another. So we also came out with some new sweatsuits.
Yeah. I'm wearing the hoodie right now.
Yeah, he's
Checking
rocking
me out.
it. Super comfy. And so basically anything on the site is 20% off. So I think the code's group chat 20, and we'll put that in Instagram bio.
And what's the website?
LoSientoTequila.com.
LoSientoTequila.com.
So group chat 20% off the whole site, sweatsuits and tequila. I mean, the tequila is sweatsuit's great, and the tequila is so reasonably priced as like a just general tequila consumer. Like even the prices of like these like no name brands, when you're at store and they're charging $79, $89, $99 for a bottle, and our repo is $39.
Yeah.
In most places I go to, at Blanco 29 in some places I go to.
Yeah. Blanco in most places around 36. We're rolling out some other retailer spots in the spring. Like I think we'll be seeing a Blanco for like $32.99 at Trader Joe's potentially.
Wow.
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I saw it at Pavilions in my neighborhood. Total Wine.
Yeah. We had a bunch of big retailers coming online in the spring. We did well in those two, which was like a good, kind of have to prove that you transact. And
that'd be a good discussion once it starts scaling, just to see like what are the trickeries of the grocery store industry.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't want to like shit on them. So
across SoCal, we just got approved for just under 500 of the big retailers, and we'll announce those when those are officially in stores or right before. But yeah, it's good. Because we transacted well and did well in Total Wine, and then really particularly Pavilions, we got approved for a lot of the bigger ones. So
great.
Then next wave for us.
The thing Lo Siento's most known for are parties. So there's a big party tomorrow.
Big party at Sound Nightclub. So we have 2 world famous DJs playing.
Who are the world famous DJs?
I don't even know if I'm allowed to say their names. So they're huge. We might have to beep them out.
Okay.
But might have to beat this whole
secret
sentence.
show. But you have a party, secret show.
Yeah, they're
big DJs,
huge DJ.
How do you get into the party?
Tickets are online, so we have a dice link up right now. Tickets are like $17. They'll be
cheap.
They'll be $25 at the door. It's going to be absolutely crazy.
How do you get a ticket?
I think it's up in our bio on Instagram.
On Lo Siento's Instagram.
Yeah, go to the Lo Siento Instagram.
It's house music, I assume. Because sound is very house.
Deep house.
Deep house. I mean, it's going to be house music.
Our team loves deep house.
Yeah.
I never even heard of this guy. Stole that SoFi 2 nights in a row. Illenium.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah. Our friend said he thinks it's fake.
It's fraud.
No, he's huge.
Yeah.
But he plays like this, like euphoric type music too, and he's done a bunch.
SoFi. This guy sold out 2 nights in SoFi. I've never heard of him in my life.
Yeah, he's pretty
SoFi
big.
SoFi is basically Beyonce, Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Drake didn't even do SoFi.
No.
Drake did crypto.
Yes.
Well, Drake did something else the other day too.
He whipped out his dick, huh?
Did he?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I'm not obviously searching for those pictures.
Are you? He might be.
I'm not searching for those pictures, but I did hear that.
I have 2 marketing things that I think I was just, as you were talking, you should partner with private jet catering services and make Lo Siento just like one of the tequilas when all these rich guys are flying private.
Yeah, because they're bad tequila on private jets.
They have nonsense alcohol.
Everyone brings their own alcohol.
You guys been on a lot of jets recently?
Not going to comment. But my point is, I think that this is the Casamigos hack was basically
Discovery
Melvin
Land.
just put it in Discovery
Yeah.
and made all rich people think this is the best tequila in the world.
Yeah.
So why don't you just partner with like a private jet catering service and put your tequila in there?
Yeah, I mean, just give it away.
All right. Private jet catering services listening.
I
Hit
bet
me
you
up.
there are private jet people that listen.
Hit us up.
I know one. He might be able to help you.
Well, hit me up. We're down. I think the interesting thing is a lot of the people that are like flexing on the jets, it's like part of their whole trip is like get the photo with
42.
with the Class Azul
Yeah.
on the jet.
Yeah.
Just give away Lo Siento to every fucking private jet that's going to Super Bowl this weekend.
Yeah.
You'll be hot.
Yeah, we love giving away everything.
Rich people don't pay for things. That's what you have
That's
to
the
learn in
fact.
life.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, man. Great. Congrats. LoSientoTequila.com, group chat 20. And then hit the party. $17. That's like a 1990s party price.
Yeah.
It's a great club.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right.
Hit the Instagram, hit the website, buy a sweatsuit, buy the añejo, join the case club, buy everything, one of everything.
All right. Some big news topics to kick it off. I mean, it's never been better to be an Indian. I mean, we are just booming right now. Microsoft announced today that they're going to train 2 million Indians in AI. It is a very funny headline. Like training 2 million Indians in AI. The whole idea of AI is basically to replace Indians.
No, I think the Indians have to spearhead to replace the whites.
Oh, okay. So
it's an Indian army to replace white people.
you need 2 million Indians to replace 1 million white people.
So can I give some insight? Because I've kind of dove into the AI world in the last 9 to 10 months. Here's 2 things. One, every AI company has visited India and met with Prime Minister Modi in the last 6 months. Sam Altman, Jensen, who's the CEO of NVIDIA. Everyone's there.
Because they need Indians.
And there's 2 different parts of it. Obviously, cheaper labor.
Yeah.
And then second, what I've been told by, because I'll be very transparent, I've never written a line of code in my life, so I'm not an engineer, but I've talked to enough of them, that it takes basically 2 to 3 years to train a full stack engineer to have AI capabilities as an engineer.
Okay.
Where else in the world can you find 2 million people?
We couldn't get 2 million people to do anything.
In the US.
Nothing. The only thing we can get them to do is drink.
So basically,
Make
every
TikToks.
company India's the savior
Yeah, the supply.
for AI, because Trump basically blocked H-1Bs in 2016 and Biden hasn't helped.
No.
So both parties don't want Indians in.
And Indians are not tough enough to walk through the border.
No,
Not like other
the Chinese are, according to 60 Minutes.
Chinese are definitely. I mean, if you think about like wimpy communities, Indians is one of the wimpier ones.
So Indians basically are trapped in India. There's one
I can't
point.
weigh in here. I'm just going to sit this.
you guys
a
are
white guy. White guys gotta chill out.
White man, shut up on this one.
So you have 1.4 billion Indians in India. Let's say
Easily 2 million. It could be in
20% are engineers.
Yeah.
Train a couple hundred million engineers.
Yeah. And so basically, for the purposes of Microsoft, they need the talent to build out the next generation of business services they're going to offer. So they have to invest in this. They have no choice.
There's no choice. So, I mean, this is like everything that's related to AI is just on fire. So ARM, which is a chip stock, which is completely AI. Yeah. Stock's up 25% in after hours today because of earnings. NVIDIA does not go down.
NVIDIA is going to be worth more than Germany soon at the pace it's going.
So everything in the whole world is geared towards AI.
Don't you think this hype cycle is like, it's so reminiscent of 99?
I don't. I actually think everyone knows they need it.
I believe that. I just, to grow into the value of like some of these valuations, I mean, you have to like double your profits every single year.
I think there's plenty of fraud AI companies. Yeah. That's like no question.
Yeah.
Right? 75% of the companies from YC that say they're AI, like I know this for a fact.
They're just ChatGPT wrappers.
No, not even ChatGPT wrappers. I know this for a fact. Why? From a YC founder that listens to the pod, 3 weeks in, they were like a handful of people working on businesses, and the YC people told them, if you don't change your business to AI, you will not get funded.
So does that mean
they all changed it?
So does that mean you just get the domain name?
You do .ai.
Okay. So you're
then you say you're AI and you change your pitch, AI. So 75% of the YC companies are fraud.
Okay.
100,
maybe not fraud. They just literally say they do AI and don't really have any AI capabilities.
Well, AI feature. They're thinking about it.
And then the other thing, because I've actually like kind of, since I told you I dove into the space, I've talked to so many companies. They don't even know what AI is.
What is it?
They think of full stack engineers AI because we don't even have full stack engineers in the US.
Yeah. So what's interesting is, we haven't, we've been talking to some AI engineers for the last year. A year ago, you couldn't even hire one in America because everyone was a founder and everyone was raising money and they all raised money. A lot of those companies have now fizzled out or didn't pan out the fundraising. The prices of those engineers in America has dropped dramatically because people are also figuring out like these aren't all investable businesses. So there are some engineers now available in America, but there's nowhere near what
you're not finding 2 million.
No. You can't find 2 million of anything. You can't even find 2 million people that like the same sports team.
Microsoft is going to monopolize 2 million engineers.
Yeah.
So then what's Facebook going to do?
2 million.
What's Apple?
Well, there's unlimited Indians.
Also, isn't it kind of funny? Like you think about AI and it's like, okay, let's replace all these people. But you're actually like, let's go get 2 million people for AI.
Point. The irony of it.
I also think the irony is that we're basically taking Indians that aren't allowed to come into America to displace white people in America.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
And
if you were to break down,
it would have been Indians paying American tax, buying American goods, buying American homes. But instead we're like, you guys get rich in India.
Get rich in India and get higher earnings per share.
Yeah.
And Americans don't have jobs.
Yeah. Let's just slaughter the middle class. We're like
upper middle class.
Yeah. This is because middle class ain't AI.
No,
not smart enough.
I have to say, have you listened to the Mark and Ben show?
I have not listened to it.
Okay, so they've done 3 episodes on higher education. They said the exact same thing we did a few weeks ago, and I'm glad we didn't steal it from them.
Yeah,
they just had the same opinion. Trade school.
Yeah,
they said I think Ben Horowitz said unless you want to be a billionaire or a CEO, college probably doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because you can't justify the cost.
You can't justify the cost, but if you can go be a contractor, a plumber, an electrician, and I actually was talking to our mom about this. So like, we have handymen that come to do random stuff, plumbers, whatnot, at our place. And I always felt bad when, the main person came and they brought their 18-year-old kid. And I was like, why isn't this 18-year-old kid learning?
I mean, the 18-year-old kid's a millionaire.
Yes, that's my point. I was like, this 18-year-old kid's learning skills where he's going to make $250,000 in 3 years.
Yeah.
Half my friends that I grew up with that like went straight to work for their dad's business, whether it was in real estate or contract work or plumbing or whatever, they all own like 2 houses in the Bay Area now.
Yeah.
Like all my friends are, everyone's like,
And everyone who went
paying
to
rent.
college and
Isn't
started
that
businesses
like-
broke.
Isn't
Everyone's
that
paying
like
rent
a
and- yeah.
narrative problem that I thought, like, why is this 18-year-old kid at our house helping
Yeah.
his dad plumbing? Where now I'm like, that's the smartest thing you could possibly do
Yeah.
to learn that skill.
Yeah. So why even go to like high school?
I think
Is it just daycare?
I think Eric Deluxe figured it out. Didn't he drop out at 14?
yeah. He's a genius.
Genius.
and he was way ahead of the DJ trend.
Yeah, he's a genius. He was way ahead of it. I mean, 14 seemed too long. What are you doing there? What's the point? What's going on in school? You got a 12-year-old. I mean, I met someone that unschooled their kids. Unschooled. It's not even homeschooled. No school. And their kids are adults and they're completely fine.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think you learn that much in school.
Yeah.
Like, do you need to really know the first 14 amendments?
I mean,
Like,
I mean
Nobody knows this.
nobody knows this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? But
Everyone
you-
just knows I played the fifth.
I mean, yeah.
But think about how many tests we had to take where we had to memorize the amendments that we've all forgotten.
yeah.
I don't know what the 12th Amendment is. Do you?
No.
Well, if you don't go to school though, you don't like, it's going to be tough to conversate. Like, I feel like half of that is just like being relatable to the people that you're talking to around. Like,
Yeah, so-
when we were in 5th grade, we used to like fuck shit up or
Yeah, so I think you just have to go somewhere. It just doesn't need to be a school. I think you should just let the kids, like, you go to parties.
that'd be good.
Like,
Yeah,
you're 14.
no, you should
your
be
parents
like-
drop you off at a party.
Pick up some
and
bad
you're like,
habits,
no
right?
phone. This is what you do. You're 14 years old. You have to go to a group, hang out with a group of kids, and you're not allowed phones.
No, I think think about it this way.
A lot of
Because
fucking.
you're in like the conference circuit,
Yeah.
given your business. That should just be reimagined for teenagers.
Yeah.
Just a conference circuit where everyone interacts and talk about.
You know what's going to happen? It's just drugs and sex.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's college.
Just get right
so
to
you
it.
just bring it in earlier. Introduce that at 14. That's
Dude,
your
dude,
idea.
Have you seen Euphoria?
No.
Yeah, they're doing
Euphoria
it
is-
anyways.
They're doing it anyways.
They're in high school.
What
Just
is
organize
Euphoria
it.
is high school.
Yeah.
Euphoria's high school.
And they're talking about drugs.
Well, if you get rid of high school, then
Everything's
that's gonna
drugs
be
and sex and
7th grade.
molest.
7th grade?
I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ.
I think you can reimagine how to gain the benefits of just an organized group
Yeah.
without the stupid memorize the 14
Well,
amendments.
Here's what I will tell you. If you talk to, like, we obviously grew up with a lot of Jewish friends, and their memories of their youth are all around summer camps. Like in LA,
Yeah.
there's a lot of these popular Jewish summer camps, and it was like sleepaway summer camps. I feel like that's basically what you need to give kids
Yeah.
is that community, social,
and they're away from their parents.
away from their parents. So you do have some responsibilities, but like that's probably more for people that do camps. It's probably a more important memory in their mind than anything that happened during high school.
We got to teach everyone some basic shit though, like, you know, math and writing and
Why?
Why? You can do it on your iPhone.
Have you seen how
Yeah.
people write or do math without computers? It's horrible.
it's going to be a bunch of, Brainless
think
people.
about just going to a restaurant. They've already simplified the tip.
you just
10 years ago,
checkbox.
10 years ago, people were sitting there like, wait, you carry the one. And they're just like tipping 40% because they don't have to do fucking math.
Well, this is what's going to happen if they were smart. They would just give you the 3 boxes, put 20%, but it's actually like 60%. You'll go, yeah, thank you.
So here's the problem is that, like, I don't know if you need to know anything at this point.
well, it's all solvable.
Yeah.
Everything's solvable.
I think if you made it so that, like, look, we as society have no expectations for you as a human being, but you should have some expectations for yourself.
I think the only thing in the future, if you think about how you can just put anything in WhatsApp, Meta, AI bot, ChatGPT,
Whatever, yeah.
Bard, whatever, you name it, and everything's solved.
Yeah.
You have to be empathetic, nice, and be able to hold a conversation. If you do those 3 things, you'll be very successful.
On a darker note though, don't you think like if you can't think for yourself and then you have like AI that spits out the whatever the truth is and it's like the math is off or whatever, you can just like mind control everyone. Like, shouldn't you be able to like understand like certain things like for yourself?
Yeah, we're probably the last generation that's able to decipher that. The next won't.
I mean, Josh's friends can't even order at a restaurant. They need a machine.
Me.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the AI from his friends. They're like, what should I order? I have anxiety. So he basically, his friends would rather just go to ChatGPT, say, and I'm at the nice guy. What should I eat? What should I drink? And what should I have for dessert? And how much tip should I leave?
And guess what? It'll provide it.
Yeah.
60%, baby.
Nice guys just put 60% automatic tip.
People would do it. They'd go,
They're
check
just
the box.
scared. They're also scared. Everyone's
Social.
a pussy.
Yeah,
They're not
social.
going to say like, oh, I can't tip 60%.
They're just like, stressed. Fascinating. All right, let's move on. What happened in streaming? I just saw this headline, sports streaming bundle deal. It feels like Paramount, this guy, that guy. Everyone just threw their towel in.
It seems like the biggest scam because
What exactly is being done?
so Warner, Peacock, ESPN are combining, or rumored to be combining for a new streaming service. So you'll get ESPN, ESPN2, you'll get TNT, TBS.
I get all those things.
So
Why do I need
Here's
another
the
fucking
scam.
service?
you're not getting CBS. You want to watch Patty?
Yeah. I
Patty
love Patty.
Mahomes?
Yeah.
That's CBS.
Yeah.
So you're still going to need some sort of service to watch CBS football.
YouTube TV.
Yeah. I don't understand
This
why
seems
anyone
like
would sign up for
the
this.
biggest failure of all
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Why would anyone sign up for this?
No one is. No one's signing up for it. And by the way, the only thing that matters is NFL rights, and YouTube has them. So why would anyone? Who cares about any other sport?
Yeah, but, the other guys are like trying to dabble in it. Like Peacock paid 100 million for like one game.
Yeah, and look what happened. Everyone canceled. And they only got 3 million people signed up. 3 million
Yeah,
people.
they pretended like this was like the biggest windfall.
3 million people
No, but-
signed up at $7.99.
Weren't they saying on
Yeah,
all
this
in?
was a $24 million windfall, what they paid $110 million for.
Yeah.
And then those people are going to fall off immediately.
I canceled the day I signed up.
Yeah, but I think like half the people like leave it there for a couple months.
Okay, so half the people
Let's say 50 million they get out of it total. You still lost money.
still lost $60 million.
I got to listen to the All In episode. They were saying like, oh, it was. They were shitting on the move to start, and then they're saying it paid off.
They're wrong.
They are.
They're wrong a lot.
I mean, I don't know nothing. I just listen to AI. So
You just put in ChatGPT.
is
I just don't
All
think-
In
yeah.
correct?
I don't believe. I'm not a believer of these new attempts at streaming, and I do think I'm a YouTube TV user now. It's so good.
The only problem with YouTube TV is the latency.
Yeah.
So if you're watching live sports, if you're watching just a sitcom, whatever, it's fine.
Whatever. I'm okay with this second delay.
No, because I'm on Twitter while I'm watching sports, so you see the play before it happens.
Well,
It's like 5 seconds though.
But everyone's like
No, if you're-
freaking out
no,
over a crazy
if you're
play.
watching the end of the game, this happened to me the other night. I was at a restaurant. I was watching the game, and we're watching
your
it
phone?
on my phone on YouTube TV, and it's like it's a Warrior game, and then there's 5 seconds left in the game, and it just pops up Warriors lose, and we're like, ah! Like, we thought we were watching the last play, and then we got smoked.
That's the problem with the live sports for YouTube TV.
they'll fix that.
They haven't. I don't know why. They're worth the trillion. How 2 trillion? How big is Google?
1.5 trillion.
Yeah.
They got to pay someone to fucking speed that up.
Because that was the problem with the NFL.
Yeah.
That people didn't want to use it because NFL, everything on Twitter breaks like instantly.
Yeah.
Like who scored the touchdown, who did this.
People
and
just
then-
go boom. You're just like, what boom, what? Amazing. Well, I do think this is going to be a spectacular failure.
Yeah, I agree.
I just don't see how it's going to work. All right. You're seeing home prices fall. This is very interesting because
Yeah.
I've heard Austin, Texas is one of the fastest slowing markets. Just from a chart I saw 3 months ago. What is it now?
So fastest sorry, edit that, Josh. Sorry. Fastest falling home prices since 2022 by city. Number 1, Austin, down 16.3%.
Okay. But it's still probably really high.
High from the base. New Orleans down 11%. Boise, Idaho down 11%, 10.9. San Francisco down 9.5. That's just a falling knife. Like, you're not catching it.
Yeah. Well, the suburbs not. Suburbs
No,
have
the
gone up.
suburbs. Yeah, the Los Altos, Palo Alto, those
Yeah.
are on fire.
Yeah.
Reno, Nevada, 7.5%. Provo, Utah, 7.1%. Sacramento, 6.8%. Santa Cruz, 6.7%. Seattle, 6.6%.
So West Coast heavy.
Phoenix, 6.6%.
Yeah.
California has 3 of the top cities, 10 cities with the fastest falling prices.
And unfortunately, not 1% in goddamn Los Angeles.
Yeah, I don't see LA. All I see is building construction.
Yeah, booming. Everything's full. You can't rent an apartment, can't buy a house, can't do anything.
Speaking of construction, you see those high-rise buildings
Getting tagged
in
up in downtown.
like all the way up to like the 50th floor.
It actually kind of looks cool.
It looked pretty sick. I mean, no one's
Graffiti, like they're like
so it was like
Abandoned,
this
basically.
abandoned luxury apartment building that was in 2019 or 2020. It's supposed to be like the newest, nicest thing, but nobody ever moved in because I don't think they finished it. And now, like for the last 3 days, all over the internet's been these crazy. It's like this crazy graffiti building.
wow.
From literally to the top,
the top
floor. I don't
floor.
even know how
I
they
didn't see
did
that.
that.
Last night they had a helicopter spotlight on it, and to try to stop this, and you just see guys like freaking scattering everywhere. They're like, LA is now Gotham City.
Yeah, it really is Gotham City.
Downtown's rough.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I think what's interesting is there's in New York and LA, there's been absolutely rocket ship on home prices. I just can't. I thought people would leave LA. I remember
No
everyone's
one's
like,
leaving LA.
The problem is people have left. More people have come. There's like unlimited demand here for housing.
Well, and you have the new tax on a home that's over $10 million or something.
$5
right?
million.
$5 million. That's
So no-
that's fucking insane.
So no one wants to sell then.
Yeah.
Because you're not incentivized to.
So inventory's low.
Yeah. All right. We're going to talk some earnings. So Snap released their earnings yesterday after the bell. Got creamed.
Taken to the woodshed, down 30%.
I feel like Snap always misses earnings. And then people just have this weird hope that they've figured out the business, but it doesn't.
So Snap, like to your point, gets taken down, and then everyone counts them out, and then the stock doubles.
Because people will just want it to win.
Yeah, I mean, I think look, the stock's down 35% today.
So they lost money this quarter, 55 and 95
There's a high
million.
correlation of Snap executives, including Evan Spiegel, and marrying Victoria's Secret models.
Why? Who else?
Well, that means the stock should go
You
up,
know
right?
who else?
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. Good for them. So it doesn't matter.
You think the stock would be doing better then?
Yeah, maybe they should focus on their business. Because the problem is the comps of Snap are obviously Meta and TikTok.
So here's a good stat. Since going public, Snap executives have paid themselves $8.5 billion in stock-based compensation. Shareholders have received minus 30% versus NASDAQ plus 268%. So $8.5 billion is how you get Victoria's Secret models as your wives,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Not charm.
You too can have a Victoria's Secret model for $8 billion.
8 billion is the number.
8.5.
Eight
Don't
and a
forget the half.
Yeah, half is a lot. It's $500 million.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is that the reason why the stock, in my opinion, is getting punished is the comps are Meta and TikTok, both of which are absolutely shitting cash.
Yeah.
So profitable, like unbelievably
I
strong.
mean, Snap has no shot. I don't even know. They still lose money every quarter.
Yeah, I don't know why they're losing money. Why don't they trim the business down? They have engagement. They have enough advertisers to obviously keep the business solvent. Give up this dream of all these other things and just make money. It would get rewarded overnight if they just focused.
Yeah.
All right. Since it is Super Bowl week, I do not want to miss out on winners, losers, and content.
Yep. Because we won't be back till next Wednesday.
Yeah. So
It'll be a week.
Could be nursing a hangover for 3 days.
Are you back actually by Wednesday?
no, I'm at a trade show.
So when you get
Oh,
back?
no, I'm back. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
back. I'm back Tuesday.
Are you going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
You guys go every year, right?
I think we're number 13.
Yeah. All right. Winner of the week. Who's your winner?
My winner, unfortunately for Los Angeles, is New Jersey. They got the World Cup finals.
Yeah.
We lost it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to like guess what the economic activity of a World Cup final would be for a weekend.
Yeah, you said it last pod. You thought it was 200 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't believe LA lost it, but it's a winner for New Jersey, New York.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw a meme of like people all over the world like coming to the World Cup finals, but they're like driving through New Jersey.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you have a winner?
Sound Nightclub for hosting the Siento event.
There you go.
That's smart winner.
Sound is on what street? I forget.
Fuck, I don't know. I'll pull it up.
Las Palmas.
Las Palmas. You're right.
It's quick.
I spent a lot of time in the previous establishment.
Yeah,
out there.
Element.
Wait, how did we lose the World Cup final?
And
Or
we
how
got
did
the
we-
quarters.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a grass thing, but they're gonna have to put grass on the quarters.
Yeah. It must be something else. I'm sure they asked for. It's just you guys. It's like bribes.
But it's spread out
FIFA,
around
right?
the U.S.
FIFA is the most corrupt organization.
It is. But what?
And there's some good mobsters in New Jersey, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not even New York City, right?
No.
New Jersey gains. Well, New York will gain the economic impact, but New Jersey
Yeah.
gets the.
Yeah. My winner of the week is Patrick Mahomes. I want to congratulate him on his Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, so you jinxed him.
No.
You're a big jinxer.
Nah, he won. They won. It's over.
No way.
Patrick Mahomes is winning.
Niners.
I really enjoy how everything becomes political because if you're right leaning, you're a Niners fan, right? Because of the Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I was explaining this to one of my board members and they didn't know that like the conspiracy of Taylor, Travis, Pfizer, Biden, like they haven't looked into that. And then he got into a wormhole on it and he's like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah. It's
and
very
so-
political. The Super Bowl is very political.
very political. So very much so it's right versus left on the Super Bowl down the middle. If you are conservative, you are not rooting for the Chiefs. Like absolutely not.
Can I break the mold?
Why?
I'm the woke on the pod.
And you're going Niners.
Niners gang.
Well, I'm a Niner fan, but let's not put me in
He
any
can't
buckets.
say. He's like, find tequila drinkers on both sides.
So it's really fascinating. Chiefs fans are all like I know people that are like, I can't. I'm not going for Travis and Taylor. They're woke or whatever.
Yeah.
My Dominic's all in on Mahomes. He's wearing a
I
Mahomes
saw the
jersey every
jersey
single
you
day.
posted.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am.
I think it's Patrick Mahomes is the Steph Curry equivalent because every young kid loves Patty.
Yeah.
Because every young kid loves Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's
Well,
similar.
I mean, he's just a winner. It's the same thing with Steph Curry. They won.
But Steph Curry, they both do like magical shit.
Yeah.
They like, Pat gets out of the pocket and throws like, 50-yard touchdown.
Gets
Yeah.
a holding call. Just gets every call too, which is kind of magical. I don't know how that works.
Well, it's going to happen again on Sunday.
Yeah.
So I'll give you my score.
The
27
over-under is 47.5, so
Okay.
keep that in mind.
I know. So 27-21.
Over.
I think it'll go up before the game time. People always bet on the over.
Yeah, that's the Joe bet.
Yeah. But I think by the time games time hits, it'll be higher.
Yeah.
I think it's going to end up coming down to the last drive.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I just want a great game because
But you're rooting for the Niners.
I'm rooting for the Niners.
So you'll be devastated when they lose.
I just bought, Amanda just bought me a nice like Letterman jacket.
Niners. I can't wear anything San Francisco. No offense, Ryan.
None taken.
But
But
all right.
we're winning the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Niners.
That wasn't your winner. You
Niners-
said Sound Nightclub is your
No,
winner.
you said winner of the week.
You sorry.
All right,
It doesn't
I
matter.
changed. Audible. Niners 35, Chiefs 17.
47.5. Still, it hasn't moved.
What?
Because I looked at it 2 days ago.
What's the
The
spread of the game? The Niners are favored, right?
Niners are favored by 2.
Okay. That's such a That's so annoying.
It's a
'Cause
trap.
if you're a Niners fan, no one wins by 2. It's like,
Yeah, you got to bet the money line minus 130.
yeah. All right. So what's your loser?
My loser is, even though I'm rooting for the Niners, is the entire media that cares that Taylor Swift is rooting for the Chiefs.
Like,
and
who cares?
Why is this a news story?
Yeah.
The New York Times did of the 6 or 7 games she's been to, they've showed her 24 seconds on average. 24 seconds on a 3.5 hour broadcast.
But it's obsessed.
And everyone thinks Taylor's ruining the NFL.
Yeah.
Do you realize why the Lakers are the Lakers? It's because Leo's courtside, Jack Nicholson,
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton,
Yeah.
Denzel. People want to see stars.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden in the NFL?
She's a polarizing figure. That's why.
But everyone's polarizing. Everyone I named is a liberal person on the Lakers. No one complains.
Well, he's playing the guy from Wolf of Wall
The
Street.
problem
So
is-
you're like,
Yeah. It matters that she's dating one of the stars of the team. I think that's the big one. If she was just attending as a Chiefs fan, very different. She obviously is going there because her man is the star. Of
course.
Yeah. So it's different than just the casual celebrity
Casual
fan.
Leo.
Casual Leo, just like
Leo's going to be at the Super Bowl.
yeah, I'm sure, but he's not going to be wearing a Chiefs dress and fucking,
He might.
hey, yeah, this is 2024. Okay.
Yeah, it could. But I think that's.
I just think it's ridiculous that people even.
I agree. I
care.
think it is ridiculous, but it is the biggest thing that's happening. Who's your loser?
Chiefs.
Prediction of score then.
I did 35-17 Niners.
Wow. Fuck out of here.
18 point. You
Yeah,
can do an adjusted spread. You'll make a fortune.
That's a
You'll make a
sucker's
fortune.
bet. Sucker's bet. My losers are all other sporting events right now. Mainly because Super Bowl commercials are $7 million this
They
year.
used to be like 1 or 2.
It was, I think it was 4 million less than a decade ago. And it was 2.5 million a decade before that. So it is basically trading along with the S&P 500 at the pace it is growing. And what's crazy about the Super Bowl commercials this year, it's oversubscribed, like too much demand. And it's basically become the only bankable thing in TV where you are seeing just guaranteed eyeballs. You know it's going to be seen.
Did you see 4 beauty brands came over the top because
Taylor.
the Chiefs, because of Taylor?
Yeah.
They know she's going to be in attendance.
Yeah.
Like Dove, the soap.
Yeah.
and
Because they
like-
know women will be watching.
Yeah.
They also make chocolate. Did you see that Live Golf is also in Vegas this weekend?
Really?
Yeah, Live Golf.
So they're competing with the Phoenix Open.
Yeah.
Waste management.
I mean,
Because
that-
waste management's right now.
that had to be deliberate. Like Live goes to Vegas while Super Bowl's in Vegas, but I feel like they're just getting watered down by the Super Bowl.
I know, but people might be like, all right, what am I doing during the day? Fuck it. Let's just go.
Let's go to a Live tourney.
Yeah, let's go slam a couple Bud Lights. And
Maybe, but the waste management is pretty tough to beat from a spectator standpoint.
yeah.
I see why they're going to Vegas, but waste management is all time.
Yeah.
And I think that's right. All right. Content.
Super Bowl. That's it.
Yeah.
What else are you doing this weekend?
Not a goddamn thing.
Being super chill and mellow. Not going out again.
Sound?
Yeah.
Aren't you going to sound?
Well, you said what else? I mean, sounds tomorrow weekend.
The Super Bowl.
We got the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Yeah. I think so. 114 million people watched the last Super Bowl. I think
How many? How much?
114.
I think we're at 130.
I think 120.
I mean, the Swifties are going to tune in, so they're going to get some extra.
Yeah.
Think about just
Boost.
Japan. All the people that went to the Taylor concert. That's the
That's
night before.
100,000 people.
No, but all the people just want to see.
Yeah.
Did she really make it?
Yeah, I think the number will be much bigger than last year, but I don't think 130 would be like.
I think it's 130.
If it's 130, if I'm Roger Goodell, I'm selling her a fucking team.
Sell her the Chiefs.
Yeah, whatever. Who owns the Chiefs? Give a shit. Strip the team. I'm sure that owner has broken some violations.
She'd-
strip the team of the Chiefs from them.
114 seems light. Yeah, it's 130. I guarantee you it's 130.
Maybe
I mean,
she'll-
everything's been through the roof this year.
Yeah.
We're talking 60 million for.
Yeah, you could see a 10% big. If it's 10%, over 10%, it's 130. Maybe it's possible. What if it's like 150?
I think the over-under is 130 and 150 would not surprise me.
It's just 40 more million people showed up and watched it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's 150, Goodell's going to give Taylor Swift the first all women's team in the NFL.
Yeah, no, I think he just takes the Chiefs away from the
She
ownership.
should be the commissioner.
No, not commissioner. You got to give her a team because you know how polarizing that would be for the league. Like people would lose their
lose
shit.
their
They're like, we're gonna
mind.
fucking kill the Chiefs.
They should get rid of Cowboys.
Yeah, they should.
Get Uncle Jerry out.
He's not winning. He
hasn't won in
like 20, 30
20
years.
yeah.
What if she bought the Cowboys?
She would love that, dude. Yeah, that's my quarterback over there, Dak Prescott. She would feel.
She's like, no more governors. It's
Yeah.
owners now.
Who covers NBA?
I know. I'm just saying. All right. Last but certainly not least, shout outs. The first one is from Tanjit Santani. Hey, GCP, we are visiting Los Angeles next weekend. Best recommendations for brunch or lunch in the Beverly Hills or WeHo neighborhoods. Okay, I'll give you my list.
What do you got?
If the weather is nice, that's a big part of this. Maro's at Fred Siegel. I'm a big fan of that when the weather's nice. I like Cicconi's if the weather is nice. Outside table. I like Avra.
Expensive.
Very expensive, but I like it for lunch. And then what else is good for brunch? John and Vinny's is actually really good for brunch.
John and Vinny's has fantastic food.
Yeah, for
and there's
brunch.
enough locations where
You can
could
easily
probably
find
get-
one.
Yeah.
They're good for brunch.
Here's the hack for John and Vinny's. You do the 11:30
Yeah.
and you get the brunch and then you get the lunch menu too.
Okay.
That's a good hack.
What else is good? What's good on the west side for brunch? Bell's?
Go to Great White, Waterfront.
Isn't there a great white over here
There's
too?
a Great
now?
White. There's a Great White in WeHo as
Yeah.
well. Got some spots.
Oh, yeah, that's
Jelena on Abbott.
Oh,
Ooh,
Jelena's
Jelena's
great.
good.
Love Jelena.
But that's west side. Oh, they want Beverly Hills or WeHo. Yeah, those are my Beverly Hills WeHo spots that I would go. Brunch.
Sure.
Jones, but there's no booze.
Jones has wine,
Wine, yeah.
but it's just
That's
a
not fun.
long line
We're
for
gonna do a brunch.
Jones on third.
Yeah.
It's a long line for average food.
Wow, that's a bold statement in my household.
Yeah, good luck getting back in after you just
I
aired
don't
that out on
go,
the
so it doesn't
pod.
matter.
They got a vegan Chinese chicken salad. I love it.
Good for you.
All right. All right, everyone. Enjoy the weekend. Huge weekend. Best weekend of the year. Greatest weekend in American history.
We'll have some good content on Wednesday.
Yeah. we
Go
will-
Niners.
Go Chiefs. Go Patrick Mahomes.
Go Niners. Niner gang.
Gang.
Gross. All right, guys. Bye.